Dear LinkedIn colleagues, hello. My name is Milena Korostenskaja, and I'm joining you from sunny Florida, from Orlando. And today we are joining you to actually speak about the BCI Award submission and provide you with useful tips so that you would create a submission that wins or is being nominated for the BCI Award. And today our guest is Dr. Ahmadreza Keihani, and I will now give possibility to him to talk, to introduce himself, and also let you know where he is joining us from today. Ahmadreza, can you please introduce yourself? Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Thank you, Milena, for having me, and hello, everyone, again. I'm Ahmadreza Keihani. My background is biomedical engineering, and now I'm postdoctoral associate in computational neuroscience, and I'm joining from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I need to make a full disclosure at the beginning. When we talk about tips, some people think that we want to say magic words. No, we don't want to say magic words, but I just want to share my personal perspective. It's not a must, it's just some personal perspective, and our goal is to help you to go through the submission and clarify the points to help you to uh, go through a learning process, submit your idea, your projects, and maybe you will be successful to be nominated, or at least you gain many learning skills and you experience a great opportunity. That's it for now.
yeah. Thank you so much, Ahmadreza, and for joining us and for your introduction. And just a couple of words about the award. BCI Award is the top awards in the BCI field. It's been around for many years already, and it had wonderful submissions, multiple submissions from people around the globe, and among the nominees and winners were people as well from different parts of the world. We had a submission from Stanford about standout. We had submissions about speech neuroprosthesis. So multiple, absolutely amazing studies, research. We had them all in the BCI Award. And there are also absolutely amazing projects that maybe we don't know so well, but they become available to us through this BCI Award process. So the deadline is approaching. It's September 1st. So let's get started and find out what are those main things that can help you create a successful submission. Please also add all your questions into the chat, and we will be able to look at them and answer in a real time. So we're looking forward to your questions. And while you are typing your questions, we will start talking with Ahmadreza, and I will ask him some questions. So first of all, Ahmadreza, congratulations on your nomination. Your project was among the top 12 nominees. Can you please summarize what your project was about? And what do you think made it a successful submission. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you, GTech, for providing this opportunity. Okay, to give you a brief summary about our project, because we already discussed in podcast before. Our projects, I think the main point of our project was solving a hard problem, because ALS early detection was um, uh, mysterious and there is no tool, no single test to detect that. We came up with the idea that is simply to be tested. You need a system to monitor the upper motor neuron and lower motor neuron information, and we try to build a system and monitor both of this information and to find the synergy of between brain and muscle information in real time, and to help to detect or bring and inspire an idea about a solution to find early marker for ALS detection. But so how this is related to the BCI submission? We have worked on the project for several years, all of my PhD theses, and after that we had a great team and we defined several theses on that for master and junior PhD students. But I think uh, having a clear message, clear title, clear problem that you want to solve, or you have work on it and you have preliminary data results, it will be enough to start to writing a report for your BCI submission. Okay, so during this submission, you will learn many steps, and we will go through it for with next questions. You can stop me and ask the questions if I diverge the discussion, but I think if you have a clear message that you want to send it to the audience, if you have a problem that you want to solve it, you are working on it, or you already finished it, you started next stages, or you already started it in several months and maybe even you don't have enough result yet, no worry. I think the idea, the question, and the report, and we will discuss every steps in next questions. That would be enough for joining the BCI submission.
Yes, thank you so much, Ahmadreza. And I see people are already responding to us in the chat, which is wonderful. We have Atta Alim Hati, who is a neurosurgeon, joining us from Switzerland. So, yes, again, hello to everyone. Yes, hello. And please send your questions into the chat. Okay, so then let's start with the obvious question. The deadline is September 1st. And we have only few days left to prepare the submission if we haven't done it yet. So can you share your perspective, how quickly we can prepare that submission, also to ensure that this is a quality submission, Ahmadreza? Thank you.
Sure. Um, as you can see in the website, there are questions, there are criteria that you can go and follow them one by one. Uh, Preparation is, takes no long time, you need only 2-page report of your project. If you already thought about your project, you are working on your project, you have the idea, but you should be careful to put it in the context, in a suitable, appropriate context and format. You should prepare a 2 minutes video and that shows and align with your message in the report. So that's it. You need 2-page report, explanation of your projects, a short video that explain your project align with your report. But how you should prepare that 2-page, always in scientific writing a short essay, short report, short article is art. It's in a way it may not take a long time, but it may need deep thinking about idea, about projects, and the clear messages and final messages you want to send to the audience. Okay, that's a key point. You should be careful. Yeah, it's simple, it's short, but you should be careful to send your message also clearly.
Yes. Also, there is one requirement to prepare the video. Ahmadreza?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes. So can you comment on that? Because it might look a little daunting. Yes, a video of the project, how to create it, how long will it take? Do we need a team of professionals coming to us and creating a video? So how can we do it efficiently and still make a submission? Thank you.
Yes, when we talk about video, yes, there is a confusion that we are not artists, we are not making the movie. We want to send our scientific message in a movie. You can do it by yourself. Just think about what you should put there to send your message. For example, you can even, if you have a problem in you know talking in English, you can put translation there. You don't need to talk in professional English. Uh, Put the experiments, message, any visualized results, materials, and you can put audio on it or effect on it, just to be clear. When you see a movie, we have a expression that one image talks more than 1000 words. When you show your result, visualize it. Reviewers, when they read your message, your report, they compare it with your video, they get your message or not. First judge is yourself. You can see your movie. If it sends your message that is in your mind and you want to send, that's enough. It's not complicated. You don't need budget to hire someone to do this. It's simple. Just have a shots from your results, from your project, from your proposal message, and put them together in a coherent way to send the message clearly.
Mhm. Yes, yes, that absolutely makes sense. And I'm very glad that you mentioned, even if the person is not proficient in English, you can use the translation. So basically, it's available to anybody, really anybody in the world. So we're really encouraging all of you to consider this submission. Next question, Ahmadreza, and this is something that many people are talking about. Um, Many people are saying that probably there is no chance for me to succeed in this award submission because there are these amazing companies with the super quality, top equipment, intracranial recordings. So how can I even compete with this amazing project? So what do you have to say about that?
Ah, great point. Yes, we had dealt with this problem, yes, really in our project, because we were in Iran from the beginning, the study to complete it. Then I joined in the Pittsburgh in US. But we have done the project already in Iran. We didn't have a big implants, big budget, and some. I think the idea is clear. If you have publication, that would help you. If you have good results or good idea, or you are solving a good problem. It's not just having expensive or big systems or innovation in hardware. You should have maybe the big idea should win the submission competition. It's not like only having or being in a great companies. Yeah, they have, we should accept that they have a big chance, because when you have access to better equipment, you can do more things. But it's not rule out participation of other uh, groups around the world. I think they can apply. At least they will learn how to write a great essay. They will, try to be among the top workers in the BCI field, and they will learn through the steps, submission. They will hear about ceremony. They will hear about podcast. They will hear about the book chapter, and if they were nominated, there will be great consequences, good consequences for this submission. And they should try, at least try. When we want to do something, we should do something about that, not just be perfectionist. Try to see. The worst case is that you will not be nominated. It's not a big problem. You tried, you send your message, and that would be enough. It's not, the goal is not to be nominated always. It's just try. You will learn how to contextualize your message, your projects. But as you see in the criteria, if you look at the criteria, it's not only about your question, Milena. It's not about having the big. If you look at the criteria, it's maybe one of the criteria covers that innovation of hardware. If you look at them, you see. First one, does the project include a novel application of the BCI? You can be around the world, across the world, everywhere. You can have a novel application of BCI. You don't need to be in a big company or have expensive equipments. Okay. Second one, is there any new methodological approach and compared to earlier projects? If you have already defined your project, you had a question, you had the innovation. Yes, definitely you may have also a new methodological solution to solve that problem. So it should not be only hardware, it could be software. You can have done a computation, algorithm, new idea to solve the problem. So yes, you may have it across the world, not only in US or Europe, around the world. Third one, is there any new benefit for potential users of the BCI? Most projects are applicational nowadays. They have a goal directed towards the patients, toward the audience, toward the end goal in patients. So if you have patients in your project, if your projects benefits the audience, people that suffer from a disease, that you should have that criteria. Another one, is there any improvement in terms of speed of the system? If you have defined your project in BCI, you should report beat per minute, speed rate, how you want to communicate during your projects. But be careful, you should not have all these criteria to submit your project. You can have two, three, one, five. It's not just you should. It's not mandatory. Your project should cover all the criteria. No, every project might have several of them. Okay, so but if you have a ITR, bit per minute, a speed rate, communication speed rate, you can report that. And in many BCI projects, you have this measurement, and you can say that and how you improve that. Another criteria, is there any improvement in terms of accuracy of the system? When you run a project, you should have a measurement to quantify your experimental sensitivity, specificity, accuracy, FS score, or other measurements. Here, accuracy is just not ACC. You can have any quantification measurement that quantify your output. So you have it, you can report it, and the comparison of your measurement compared to other studies or literature that already reported that why you are improved or why you are lower than. It's not just you should have highest ACC. You might have a modest ACC in this project, that is good enough. It's not you should be a state of the art or surpass all other projects. Having a modest but reasonable explanation of why you got that accuracy level. Another criteria, does the project include any results obtained from real patient or the potential user? This is important. If you have already pilot data, preliminary results, real experiments, you can report that. it's not mandatory to report 100, for example. In 10 people, 5 people, 3 people, even case studies. Maybe you have implanted the subjects, or you used several online data set, but you have preliminary data. It could be a good showcase for your project that you are doing a good job. When they review your project, they will see how your idea works or not. It means, so if you have pilot data, you can report that. Another criteria: does the approach work online in real time? If your projects work in real time, I suggest put that in the event title. But if not, please do not do that. Be honest. Do not exaggerate the points, because eventually you should submit a chapter. It will go to the review process, and if reviewers see that exaggeration and something is not real, it is not feels good. But when you are honest, even with weaknesses, with weakened results, that makes sense. Everyone that works in science knows that every project could not be a perfect project, and you don't know about other competitors. You don't know about other groups. Maybe your low level, your modest project could be a best one in this round. There is a luck parameter here. You should consider that. You don't know. Or you might think that my project is perfect, but you go and you find many, many other good projects. You don't know. But be honest. Do not exaggerate the points, because everyone can find that. But be realistic. Put your real things there. If it's online, if it works in real time, put it in the title. That would show your innovation and this criteria, and talk about it through the report. Another point: is there any improvement in terms of usability? If it works, you can show it, and in your video everyone can see its proficiency, that it works or not. If you look at the last year or several years before, you can see it in the good applicant are the one that works, and you can the results in real time. They talk, they can communicate patients, or you can see the real system that works. So that means this, for this criteria: is there any improvement in terms of usability compared to others? And if it works, you can show it in your video. And the last one: does the project include any novel hardware or software development? If it works and you have a new hardware, describe it. New software, describe it. And that's enough. And if you cover this, go one by one through your report, you will have a hopefully good submission. Sorry, it takes long.
Yes, no, that's very good. That's very good. I'm just adding some information for our listeners into the chat, and please, please, please send us questions. The main point, I think, is that first of all, you don't need the heavy or very expensive equipment, huge funding. You can analyze simply a data set that you find online, but it should have a purpose. It should have an idea behind it. It should have a potential application. So, and it doesn't need to be ideal. It doesn't need to match all the criteria necessarily. Yes, so there is strengths in each particular project. So find your strengths, find your unique strengths, and submit the proposal. I think those are very, very important points. Thank you very much, Ahmadreza. So what was the most challenging part for you in the submission process, and how did you solve that challenge?
Okay. For our project, because it was you know, in a way, it was multidimensional. Putting all the messages in 2 page was hard, you know. So if you have many results, if you have worked several years on the project, you have many results, and putting them in a short 2 page is hard. But if you don't have the result, that is a good opportunity you have. But for me, it was hard to cover all these criteria and put all of them in 2 page. It was hard, but I tried to prioritize the big points first, and showcase and write a description for every. and try to trim the file several times to shift the first message, second message, for example, online, offline, real time, patient group, result, message. It's try and error in some ways, but you know what message is your main message. Start with that. Write a short introduction in your report first, then go through it like materials, results, and interpret your results. That would be this is a standard way in any scientific context. Start with a short description of your project as introduction, then describe your methodological materials, then what you have acquired results, and talk about innovation, comparison, and interpreting your results at the end, and make a movie along with that. And if you have publications, patents, in submission, in preparation, in preprint, cite them in points that you report in the context, in the report. Okay, so reviewers will find your. That helps me a lot. I had a challenge. How can I put all of them there? Then I had publication, for example, or several preprints, and I try to cite them at the end. And reviewer can go to see more details there if you want to refer to the more details, more figures, or you can also put figures. You can recapitalize, rewrap the whole project in a big picture and put a picture there, or put a table there that shows main findings of your results. That is challenging in a way, but it's good to show your case.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would be the top three things you should not do in this submission?
Yeah, I already mentioned one of them. Don't exaggerate a point. This is a red flag for review process, but this is personal view. People that are reviewers here, they already experience everything, many project in BC. They know what part you are exaggerating or not, but uh, don't also undermine, tune down so much your work. If you really have evidence that your thing works, show your strengths also. Okay, this is the sword with two sides. If you exaggerate too much, or downtown or down tune your whole project, that these are both not good. And the other thing is that I think you should mention the points and the things that are evidence based, because these results will be covered, will get attention, will build and be there forever, and they will be published in the books, and they will be judged in several rounds. And it's good to say robust, things there. You can speculate some ideas. Yes, it's good for idealization, but for concrete science, you should talk about the points that are more, evidence based or fact, not just, you know some ambiguous points.
Yes, yeah. And I also want to add that in general, it might take several submissions until you get to that point when you are nominated or when you receive an award. And that happened to me personally. It took me probably three submissions or something to get nominated. But it's a process during which you learn, and then you start thinking, okay, what can I improve, because the criteria are really helping you to create a successful project, not only for BCI award, but in general successful project that has a practical application, that has a meaning, that can create an impact. So you are engaging in this learning and improvement process when you make your first submission. So that's why the submission is so valuable. And Ahmadreza, maybe we can talk a little bit more about the value of the submission. What did you experience? How submitting this application and also being nominated helped you in a way in your research and maybe even in career development? So, thank you.
I think BCI award gained its prestigious uh, fame, its prestigious position in the field and between scientists. And the good thing is that even after nomination, you know why? You will take part in a ceremony. You will, again, you have an opportunity to present your work, discuss it with reviewer in real time, you know. Then you have opportunity to take part in a maybe podcast session with you, or and cover your message, your project again. Third, you have opportunity to write a chapter in the book that got attention and state of the art of BCI in every year, and they will supervise you, they will ask you how to write it. But you have three, four, five steps that you gain opportunity again to present your work, and everyone can be familiarized. You can have support, and I think this was a great learning process for me, because we are at the early stage career and we learn so much. And in the conferences, in the things, you covered this project, and they come to visit the work, they ask about the next steps, you may gain fund, they may send you suggestions, and it's great. They that GTech, Milena, and the reviewers, they try, and their effort will improve the process and help me personally too much to show my project or work more efficient. And I learned these all great things, and that was a chance. It was lucky.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. It provides so many possibilities, opportunities, and possibilities for career growth. What I can tell from my own experience, many people are approaching me and asking how to stand out. I'm sending these applications, but I'm not receiving the response. What's going on? How can I stand up to the potential employer, how to show that yes, I'm worth looking into. Yes. And this is an opportunity. First of all, the projects are being reviewed by professionals in the field, so you already can catch their attention right there with your submission. Then you will be at the BCI Award podcast. So you will be podcasted to the whole world. People in many countries will hear about you. And of course, you will inspire people. Yes, you will inspire people by your research about what you do, and you get opportunity to get published in a prestigious book that is very popular among all BCI professionals. So again, some potential employee might be just going through the book and see your study, see your results, and get curious, and maybe even getting back to you in this case, and inviting you for a potential conversation and further opportunity to work at their company. Yeah, so you're expanding your chances for success, definitely by doing that. So thank you very much, Ahmadreza. I think wonderful, wonderful suggestions. Let's encourage our listeners to submit. You still have time until September 1st. Please don't hesitate to contact us on LinkedIn. We'll be happy to answer your questions if you have more of them. And thank you very much for being with us, for listening. Ahmadreza, anything else you want to add as we're ending our today first live session?
Yeah. uh, I need to appreciate you, GTech, all the people that help us, that we learned during this whole process, and we should live life and learn more. And funny thing, I see some of my, well, my compatriots from Iran, they wrote my village name or my area that I live in Iran in the chat, and I say hello from here to them, and I appreciate for being with us, and thank you all. Appreciate all of your efforts, and take care. try your best and don't worry about the results. You don't know about other application. You might have a chance. It depends, you know.
Yes, yeah. But the only way you don't have a chance if you don't submit. So
Sure, sure.
that's all.
That's it.
Okay, okay. Bye bye, everyone.
Bye
And
bye.
until next time,
Bye
I
bye.
hope to see you in next live videos. Bye.